Salute to everybody in the building. It is almost that time, y'all. It is almost that time. Hit that like button as you come on in. Hit that like button as you come on in, man. The final presser for Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Bud Crawford. Mm-mm-mm. We gonna talk about it, man. This is it, y'all. Both fighters look like they're in shape. Canelo looks like he's in shape. I tell you that. Canelo Alvarez look like he's in shape, right? Salute to everybody in the building. D Lucky, salute. Bud go stop Canelo, salute. Junior G, salute. Joseph Bailey, salute. Bills Boot Camp, salute. I was gonna say BBC, but I don't wanna, we don't need to be doing that right now. But salute to Bills Boot Camp. Kaiser So's Kaze Soprano, salute. J Man, salute. DeMonte Walker, salute. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Hit that like button. Come on in, man. Yeah, y'all. It's going down, man. It is going down. It is going down. Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford, y'all. What's gonna happen this Saturday night? A lot of people was asking me about this fight. A lot of non-boxing people, because everybody know I'm a boxing guy. And they ask me, everybody, they were surprised that this is on Netflix, and they was just excited to see it. A lot of non-casual boxing fans are gonna be tuning in to watch this fight. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of eyes on this fight. But we're gonna talk about the press conference a little bit in the fight, of course. The press conference was okay. A lot longer than I expected to be. That's why I had the stream set at a certain time. But of course, they was stretching it out. There's a pro Mexican crowd, as expected. There's Mexican Independence holiday coming up. A pro Mexican crowd. Crawford is getting a lot of boos tonight. He seems to be enjoying it, enjoying the moment of being a villain, being an underdog once again. Um, a lot of it's gonna be a big one, you guys. It's gonna be a big one. Super fight, no pay-per-view, all eyes is watching. Boxing wins on Saturday. That's right. Kofi the Universe, salute. Yeah, Bud's looking through his soul right now. Bud's looking through his soul right now. I mean, this is a crazy matchup, you guys. Despite our own opinions on the fight, when we just looking at it, this is a crazy fight that I would have never thought would have been happening. This is almost like, is this shit really happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like, is this thing really happening? You know what I'm saying? They both guys look like they ready to go. That's all I can say. Hey, yeah, that's what a lot of people have been saying. They hope that the Netflix get it together, right? They hope that Netflix can get it together and get the stream going to where there's no buffering and lagging. Because there's gonna be a lot of people watching this fight, bro. I would say most of the world's gonna be watching this fight. I would say if you got Netflix, more than likely you're gonna watch this fight. I don't even think it if you even if you're not a boxing fan, I think you're gonna be watching this fight. Hey, Canelo checked the shot at Max Kellerman big time. He didn't like that. Canelo loves boxing. Canelo loves and respects boxing too much to let Max Kellerman try to, finesse UFC like it's better than boxing when we all know it's not. You know what I'm saying? Dana White just done a phenomenal job of building that sport from the ground up. But what I will say about Dana White is that he don't really know much about what's going on for real, for real. That's why they had Max Kellerman doing all the talking. And if I didn't know any better, I would have thought Max Kellerman was the damn promoter. I mean, he could probably do a good job of selling some of these fights, Max Kellerman. But Dana White don't seem to know too much about what's going on for real, for real. So yeah, I'm not quite sure um, if he's the reason why this fight is moving the way it's moving. Maybe him being attached to the UFC and the UFC audience and all of that kind of being associated with each other could help make it a bigger fight. But as far as him actually on a microphone promoting the fight, selling the fight, he ain't really doing it like that, right? I think Max Kellerman would have did a better job, to be honest with you. Salute to D Luckett for the super chat. Hold up, where's it at? Yeah, salute to D Luckett for the super chat. He says Bud is about to go another level none of us have seen. I see a serious beatdown. He held back against Spence, not this time. Hashtag Super Saiyan. Yeah, man. He ain't about to hold back at all, bro. You know what I'm saying? He showed mercy on Spence, man. He pulled back on Spence a little bit, man. He could have made that fight a lot worse than it was. But Canelo Alvarez, you can't afford to do that against Canelo, bro. You just can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? You can't afford to, ease up on him or none of that because he's the cash cow, and you got to work really, really hard to beat the cash cows in the sport of boxing. You damn near got to throw the kitchen sink at these dudes and hope it knocks them out. You know what I'm saying? But I expect Crawford to put up the best performance that we've seen of his career, and probably the best performance, one of the best performances of a fight of this magnitude that we probably ever seen since the fight with Spence. But as far as Canelo putting up an excellent performance, that's yet to be seen. We haven't seen Canelo really put up a great performance in a long time. Not to mention, he hasn't gotten the KO. Um, in his last 15 fights, he only had 3 knockouts. So, yeah, Canelo Alvarez, we're gonna find out a lot about Canelo and where he's at this Saturday for sure. Let's see. Hold up. D9 salute. Hey, Canelo talked a whole lot in the presser. There was a lot of Mexican fans, and there was a lot of Mexican journalists there, and he was getting a lot of the questions. Hey, Bud definitely had the energy. Salute to Easy the Great in the building. Whole 575. Salute. Salute to all the Canelo fans in the building. A lot of those guys that was in the chat, watching the live stream, let's just, oh my God, boy, these people, they just be saying anything in these comment sections, boy. I tell you, they just be saying anything. Just saying anything. Don't even know nothing about boxing at all. Just really radical and just ignorant. Hey, Canelo's been super respectful. Super respectful. And he gotta be. Crawford ain't nobody to be disrespecting, bro. He ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Crawford ain't nobody to be playing with. So Canelo's a very respectful. I mean, Canelo's a pretty respectful guy anyway. You know what I'm saying? He's not necessarily like an asshole-ish dude unless he, feeling some type of way about you because he probably heard you talking shit or something. But other than that, Canelo's usually a pretty respectful guy. What's up, Dan Tan? Salute. Hey, yeah, the comments was full of race fans. Dude had a watermelon versus a taco emoji. People talking about Charlie Kirk. Just a lot of. To be honest, I'm losing faith in humanity. Honestly, I'm losing faith in humanity. I mean, I'm not the most passive guy or no shit like that, and I believe in the eye for an eye to a degree. But a lot of people are just losing their humanity. The world is just really. If something happens in November, I think it needs to happen. The world needs a hard factory reset. It's so many just evil. Everybody's cold blooded. Everybody's some kind of killer. Everybody just rooting for death. People just desensitized to just like what is the fuck is going on with people, bro? Humanity is yeah, but yeah, Radio Raheem was glazing like crazy, bro. Hey, I lost faith alone. Man, I'm losing faith in humanity, bro. I'm trying to keep mine, dog. Honestly, I'm trying my best, bro. This shit is crazy. What's up, Falcon? Salute. Canelo looks like he's in shape though. You know what I'm saying? Canelo looks really fit. He looks trim. Canelo's in shape for sure. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he just had a fight not too long ago, so it wasn't much for him to just kind of stay with what he had. But he definitely looked like he's in shape. He's looking shredded. This is gonna be a great fight, man. Even though I expect Crawford to win pretty easily, cleanly, honestly. I don't see this being a war or nothing like that, but it's just a great fight, man. It's just a great fight. You said Bud and Floyd is a false comparison? You said Floyd's a defensive master. Yeah, but I mean, Bud, Canelo always going to struggle against those guys, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand it's valid concerns for the guys who's going for Crawford that has concerns. I mean, those are valid concerns. You know what I'm saying? It's totally valid. I'm not even gonna sit there and argue it. These are really valid concerns. But I think Crawford is a guy that was built for this. I think this is what he was. This was his destiny. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. I think this is this guy's destiny, bro. We've been talking about Bud quite a bit on this channel over the years, and we talked about the ups and the downs, and And we talk about both guys quite honestly a lot, you know what I'm saying? But for Terrence Crawford, we've seen a lot of ups and downs as far as the him getting the big fights and the politics of boxing kind of getting in the way, and a lot of the narratives and stuff that he had to deal with, and he overcame all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Usually the politics alone will beat a fighter down. You know what I'm saying? Where he just frozen out of the game and dudes don't want to fight him, they leave him out, and then next he get an opportunity when he's mid 30s, late 30s, and kind of past his prime, but sitting on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Crawford beat all of that. You know what I'm saying? And he's here now, about to be in arguably one of the biggest fights in the sport of boxing. Arguably one of the biggest fights in the sport of boxing. Crazy, right? This is a guy that they said don't sell. This is a guy they said that he needs to do more. He needs to act a fool. Crawford's like, nah, man, I'm doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody said he should sign here. He should do this. He should do that. He's a horrible businessman. They were saying a lot of shit about Boyd Crawford. But he said, nah, man, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm being myself, and I'm going to do it my way. And look where he's at now. So Terrence Bud Crawford did his thing, bro, and he showed people that you don't have to follow the Mayweather blueprint to make it in the sport of boxing. He showed us that. And for Canelo, I mean, he just been doing this fucking thing for a long time. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of shit with Canelo over the years, a lot of ups and downs. There's been some controversy, but Canelo Alvarez been the guy who's been the face of boxing. It's pretty much since Floyd Mayweather left, right? He's been the face of the sport. He's been driving the sport. And yeah, man, Canelo Alvarez is going to be in arguably the toughest, biggest fight of his career as well against Terrence Crawford. So just a big moment for fight fans, big moment for boxing fans. Just the this is great, you guys. This is great. I don't even, I'm just excited. I'm just really excited. It's gonna be so exciting. I'm gonna have to put my phone on like do not disturb because people gonna be bugging me and calling me. You know what I'm saying? But when a fight like this, yeah, people be bugging the hell out of me. Oh yeah, Canelo's really good at feints. That's one thing I forgot to give Canelo credit for because I've been watching tape. He's really, really good at feints. You know what I'm saying? So Crawford definitely got to watch out for those feints. I think those feints that Mijamov was doing kind of gave Crawford a little trouble as well. So yeah, he got to be careful with Canelo's feints. Canelo, I think he's probably gonna be a little more patient. Because Canelo's not gonna want to make any mistakes, and he knows that Crawford got to work. You know what I'm saying? He's the cash cow. He's the A side. He's the money man. Crawford got to work. So Canelo may just kind of sit back and wait and see what Crawford does, and may try to look to counter him. But Canelo don't want to play that game too long with Terrence Crawford because Crawford's like Goku. You do some shit once, it ain't gonna work again. You know what I'm saying? He gonna figure that shit out. So this is gonna be really interesting, you guys. And there's gonna be a lot of people eating crow. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a lot of people um sad. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a lot of sad people on Saturday night, Sunday morning, and the week following. It's gonna be a lot of heartbroken people. You said Canelo's fans are completely different from Mijamov. Yeah, Mijamov was moving around a lot more than Canelo, though. You know what I'm saying? Mijamov has a lot more energy than Canelo does at this point in his career. So Mijamov was all over the place, kind of just moving around, herky jerky, laterally moving. He was doing a lot of shit. You said you was Bud energy to see the same. Bud seemed like he was ready, man. Bud seemed like he was ready. Y'all smash that like button. You said Bud's feints are better. Yeah, yeah. Crawford has excellent feints. Crawford's an excellent fighter. You said Turkey on Canelo's side now? I don't think so. You said they didn't even know what to ask, but they really didn't. You said Bud said it down. But Bud said everything is good, man. Nobody's hurt. Canelo's knee is good. Bud ain't got no bad shoulder or nothing. All those was just like bullshit. Hey, the weigh-in's gonna be nice. Tomorrow we gonna do another video on the weigh-ins as well, and then from there it's the big fight. It's the final 11th hour. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about the fight. Yeah, those out of shape narratives. Crawford even addressed that. He said that that was like pre-camp, like before he even got into camp. You said that was a pro Canelo press conference? Oh, absolutely. Y'all smash that like button. Oh yeah, that was absolutely a Canelo's presser for sure. Absolutely, it was a Canelo. It was the Canelo show, but Canelo was looking kind of. I don't know. Canelo was looking kind of uneasy as the pressure went on. He was looking kind of uneasy. You know what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez. I don't know. Canelo's a little worried for sure because Canelo typically don't like to fight the speedier guys. He don't like to do this. You know what I'm saying? And then it's the Mexican Independence Day. His people there. Mexicans are extremely prideful. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo's a little nervous. Best believe that, because Crawford ain't like none of these other dudes he's been fighting, bro. He's not like a Beevil. He's like none. Crawford's a whole different guy. Whole different guy. And we go see if Crawford could turn it up at the 37 years old. He got pissed when Max said he's 38. He's like, man, I ain't 38 yet. He's like, but your birthday's on the 28th. Man, I ain't 38 yet. You know what I'm saying? So at almost 38 years old, we go see if Terrence Will Crawford could put up a performance of a lifetime. What's up, Chico? I see you in the building. You said Canelo's going to box, not bang. Is that the right move to make, though? To try to box with Bud? See, the thing with Bud, though, he could box and he could fight. So it's a tough fight, bro. Canelo will have to do something. I don't know what's the best course to take. Honestly, I just don't know. I don't know what's the best game plan to implement against Crawford, because you just don't know what Crawford's going to do. Because Crawford gets in there, he don't even have a set game plan. He just kind of goes with the flow of the fight, like some Bruce Lee shit, going with the flow and shit. So this is tough for Canelo, bro. Do Canelo box? Do he brawl? You know what I'm saying? What should Canelo do? You know what I'm saying? Do he step on the gas early and try to set the tone of the fight, set the pace of the fight early to let Crawford know, look, this is my division. I'm the king here. Or do he kind of sit back and let the fight kind of play out simply because he's the A side, and just play a little defense and wait till Crawford make a mistake or something? It's hard to say what should Canelo do. It's really hard to say. But I do tell you this, for the Canelo people, he better not come up in there like he did against William Skull. I'll tell you that. Hey, yeah. Reynoso said they said that Canelo was in the best shape of his career or something like that, and this is going to be his best performance. I don't know if I'm going to see that. I doubt we. I don't know if I ain't gonna say I doubt it, but I don't know if we go see that, because Canelo didn't look good his last fight. But see, Crawford is a different fighter than William Skull. So, but do Canelo has the energy to fight like he did against Jacobs? You know what I'm saying? That was the more of a primed Canelo, in my opinion. Canelo was sharp as shit around those times when he was really moving his upper body. You know what I'm saying? He was slick as oil. Yeah, he hasn't did that in a long time, bro. You said Canelo looked drained. He looked drained to you? Maybe, bro. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he is, but he looking shredded though. You said Canelo looked drained? I don't know. Maybe. I'll have to go look at some old photos. I never really noticed Canelo looking drained or anything. Oh, so y'all think he looked drained. You say he isn't hydrated yet. Crawford looking good. This pause. He looking good though. Like he don't look drawn in. He don't look agitated. You know what I'm saying? He looks like he's good, bro. He ain't have to really stress himself. Crawford didn't have to stress his body. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to stress himself at all. He looking good this fight week, y'all. I think these fighters need to start fighting closer to their walk around weight, to be honest. It's safer anyway. Like a lot of the guys at 47 probably should be fighting at 160, 168 maybe. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, a lot of those guys and the guys that's at 168 probably should be fighting at damn near cruiserweight, light heavyweight or something. But that's not how boxing works. You said Bud, an actor. You sound like Michael Martinez. You sound like one of those dudes that was in the chat watching the press conference. Just random comments that just don't got nothing to do with nothing. Just random stuff, man. Come on, man. Yeah, Porter beat Usyk in the amateurs, I think. I'm surprised that happened. How did that happen? Anthony Johnson, salute. Yeah, we ready, Miss KMO. We are super ready. Yeah, Reynoso said Canelo's in the best shape ever. It wasn't a lot of like, it wasn't a lot of, it was a lot of Mexican media. It wasn't a lot of black media there. Like, where's all the YouTubers that be like covering the fights? They should have had the opportunity to be in the building at the press conference or something. That's just kind of crazy. There's all these random ass people that I never heard or seen before ever in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, except for Radio Raheem. That's like the only guy I was familiar with. Everybody else was like, who the fuck is these people? Oh, you said Sean? Yeah, that was Sean asking Dana White those questions. Man, those was that was because I wasn't paying, I wasn't looking at the screen when I heard that part. I'm like, wait a minute, who is this dude asking these off-scene questions? This don't got nothing to do with it. Was Sean. He know better than asking those dumbass questions. Yeah, Sean was he was annoying. I was annoyed listening to that. I wasn't even paying attention to the screen. I was just listening. And I'm like, I'm looking around like, who the fuck is this guy asking these crazy questions right now? You said Sean crashed out. You said, oh, he a Canelo fan. Hey, yeah, you ain't lying, Andrew Charles. There's no national pride for real, for real. There's no unity in American boxing at all, at all. Not like how the Mexicans rock with each other. You'll never see the Mexican fans, even if they thought their guy wasn't better than that guy, they go still show unwavering, undying loyalty and support for their people, bro. No matter what. No matter what. Canelo look like an Irishman. They don't give a shit. He represents Mexico. That's our guy. You know what I'm saying? So they rock with their people, bro. You said YouTube media is not mainstream, man. Who was those mainstream people? Who's listening? Who are those people? People come to YouTube for boxing. Majority of people who follow boxing come to YouTube for boxing, bro. In some capacity, they come into YouTube to listen to or watch, to get some boxing info. Long gone are the days when people getting magazines from the shelves in the stores and going to. I remember I used to early on. I used to go to Fight Hype all the time back when Fight Hype had their website and you could listen to the video. That's how. Yeah. So those days are long gone, man. Everything's on YouTube now. YouTube is boxing media, as far as I'm concerned. They had nobody there. Yeah, YouTube is the new mainstream. It is. YouTube is the mainstream, bro. That's where everything is at. Everybody go to YouTube. That's where everything is at, bro. Even Netflix had you know what I'm saying? Like everything's on YouTube, bro. They don't respect the boxing, YouTube boxing content creator. They don't respect them enough, though. They don't respect them. Maybe it's for the right or wrong reasons or whatever. But you said Canelo hide his hand in his pocket when he walked next to Turkey. He no way, bro. No way he did that. He didn't want Turkey grabbing his hand. I think the Brandon Adams fight, Boychuk is going to be good. I think the Lester Martinez, Christian Billy fight is going to be good as well. So we should definitely be tuning into those fights. I think those will be some really good fights. Salute to Harvey for the cash out. He said Bud by KO. Yeah, salute to you, man. Thank you for the cash out. Wait, well, hold up. Yeah, salute to you, man. Thank you for the cash out. Boxing fans, y'all, it's okay to be nervous, y'all. It's okay to be nervous. I'm not nervous, but it's okay to be nervous. You know what I'm saying? As a fight fan, you nervous like you about to fight. I know how it is. We're gonna be nervous as hell that fight day. Everybody gonna be a little nervous, like, oh shit, man, what's gonna happen? We've been talking shit on the internet and we've been going back and forth. Ooh, wee. It's gonna be nasty. 3-time undisputed. You said Bud just looked happy to be there. Bud probably feeling good, man, because his head ain't hurting. He ain't dehydrated or nothing. He probably feeling good, bro. He said just watch, just wait and see. Like he's it's almost like he got a trick up his sleeve. And he can't wait to show everybody. 3-time undisputed champion, y'all. Yeah, ain't it, Marlon? It feel like you fighting in 2 days, bro. That's how it be, bro. That's how it be. That Spitz fight, woo, wee. Even though I was talking shit, I was nervous as a motherfucker. Like I was fighting, bro. Like I was literally part of Team Bud. Like I was nervous. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's only natural. We fight fans, man. This is an emotional sport. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fans be emotionally invested. And it's only natural. You might be a little nervous that your guy may lose or he, because people be talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Salute to LT Energy for the super chat. He says, I appreciate Turkey giving us fights, but bro's promotional tactics are weird. Yeah, they are. Very weird. But Turkey's still new to all of this as well, so we got to give him that benefit of the doubt. He got to learn how to balance his bias and his favoritism. That's my gripe with him. He shows a little too much favoritism and a little bit too much bias for him to have so much power and influence in the sport. He got to kind of fade into the background a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? He just cannot show favoritism to either or guy, no matter if he's a fan or not. So he still got to let that fandom kind of get out of him a little bit. He's still like a fan. You know what I'm saying? And, Turkey kind of learning as he goes. But salute to Turkey, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Turkey came into the sport and changed the game, like, for the better. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, for the better. Isn't that nothing's going to be perfect, but I think this is the best boxing has been in a long, long time. And this is something that I said years ago, back when we was arguing over promoters and the business and who's ducking who and why promoters ain't making these fights. I said it's gonna take one of those dudes, those chic dudes with all that oil money, to put a bunch of money in these guys' face and make these fights happen. And sure enough, out of nowhere, magically, Turkey Al-Sheikh comes out of nowhere and gets involved. It's crazy. It's almost like I'm a boxing prophet. I should change the channel to boxing prophet. Salute to D Lucky for the super chat. He says Bud just needs to punch every time Canelo takes a step back. Canelo will have to be on the back foot this fight, and it won't go well. Yeah, Canelo don't fight well going backwards at all. Crawford can keep him on the back foot. Canelo don't necessarily like to punch with you, but I think Canelo's going to have to take certain risks that he don't normally take in this fight. And it's going to be super dangerous to do it against Crawford, because Crawford is normally he takes these risks. You know what I'm saying? It's risky to punch when guys punching, and he does it quite often, but it works out for him. And Canelo may have to take a few chances as well in this fight to make something happen against Crawford, especially if Crawford is a little bit more on a speedier mindset. Using his speed a lot more instead of just sitting down. But once Crawford gets comfortable in these fights, once he gets his distance down, once he downloads all that data, that's when he kind of sits down and start letting his hands fly. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo got to make Crawford uncomfortable. This is what Sean Porter was saying. Like, he never had this guy uncomfortable when he was fighting him. Canelo's going to have to make him uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? How is he going to do this, though? Because once Crawford gets into a rhythm, he's a rhythm fighter. Once he gets into a rhythm, it's going to be really, really hard to break that rhythm. Really hard. You say you're setting Bud up. Hey, Canelo in a real fight now. Bud will stop Canelo. He's in a real fight now. It's not a sparring match or nothing like that. He's in there with a real, real thoroughbred fighter. Look at Bud. Look how he's looking at him. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be great. You said inactivity with no tune-ups will be his downfall. Nah, he cool. He cool. The time off was what needed to grow into that weight. Because if he was fighting tune-ups, he'll have to cut weight and try to be in shape and do all that stuff. Nah, man, then he's an older guy. You know what I'm saying? He's an older guy now. And it's probably what Canelo ass should have been doing instead of fighting so often so much. He's burnt himself out. You know what I'm saying? Kind of burnt out. As you get older, you got to kind of pace it a little bit better. Crawford, I think he did the right thing. He sat out. You know what I'm saying? He's been fighting since he was 7. You know what I'm saying? He's been fighting since he was 7 years old. He's been boxing. So what's a year sitting out? Especially when you're a disciplined guy. It's not like he's a party animal like Adrian Broner or Prime Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's a party animal like John Jones. Now, nervous definitely don't mean scared, bro. It definitely don't mean scared. Nervous don't mean scared at all. I mean, it's natural to be nervous. Yeah, you could be nervous. You could be nervous that you may not, if things don't go your way, you be nervous that, what you did in camp is it going. It's a lot of things you'd be nervous about. It ain't necessarily be like fear of a man or nothing. It's just like nervous that am I gonna be able to perform like I know I can. I know us. I know. Ooh, man, it's gonna be. I already know these big fights, boy. I know the feeling. It's almost like a thrill, or like some type of high or something. These big fights. Crawford's taking a chance, man. He didn't acclimate himself. This is a big jump to 68. I mean, he's doing something nobody else really do. You know what I'm saying? He want to show people that can be done. He may be one of the first guys, since Henry Armstrong to really, um, I don't know, man, like jump straight up 2 weight classes. Not gradually move up to, but he literally jumping up to. But I think Canelo's the right opponent, though. Like if Crawford moved up to fight a Benavidez, that wouldn't be a good idea. Benavidez is just too big. Hey, you said the new king of boxing will be crowned. Oh yeah, this fight will determine who's the king of this era, bro. Literally, like this fight will determine who will be the guy of this era for sure. I think both guys will still be considered, but this is the number 1 and 2 right here. Who will be considered the guy, and then the loser will be pretty much the second guy. Because we ain't taking away nothing these guys have done. You know what I'm saying? We ain't taking nothing away just because they lost 1 fight. You know what I'm saying? And Crawford ain't lost no fights. So, yeah, Crawford's small for David, bro. Let's not be ridiculous. Crawford is too small for Benavidez. Actually, they Randy Raheem brought up Benavidez fight. Canelo was like, man, I'm focused on Bud right now, bro. And yeah, rightfully so. Like, man, I ain't thinking about no Benavidez right now, dog. I got Crawford in front of me, bro. Like, I ain't thinking about that dude. Like, we got Crawford over here, dog. Hey, Bud ready for him, dog. Crawford probably, you say he's not a real 68 pounder, but man, I say a lot of those dudes, guys like Boots, some of the guys at 47 could probably fight at 68 and probably fight a lot better with less stress on their body cutting weight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those dudes probably could fight really good at 160 if they all decided to go up to 160. You know what I'm saying? All the guys at 47, let's fight at 160 so we ain't got to cut as much weight. The guys who can't make 160, I mean, some guys may be too fucking big though. You said David Benavidez a heavyweight? Damn near. You said Bud Chin ain't ready. GGG would knock out little Bud cold. GGG wasn't knocking people out like that after a while. His knockout slowed down too. And he wasn't like that one punch crushing knockout power guy. Triple G was an accumulation puncher. They were studying really hard though. But he wasn't like Deontay Wilder, boom, splash and knock him out. Nah. You said Little G. Yeah, Little G was terrified of Ward. Yeah. Canelo look weight drained. See? A lot of people keep saying that in the chat. What's up, Obsidian? I see you in the building. Yeah, see, everybody say Canelo look drained. Is he drained, yo? I don't know. I didn't really think about that. I thought he looked it really good. Like, I thought he looked in shape. But you guys are saying he's weight drained. Well, he is the guy that's really cutting down. I mean, both guys are kind of cutting down. But Canelo probably had to cut more. Crawford ain't cutting as much. His lips were chapped. Oh, yeah, he probably dehydrated as fuck, bro. If his lips was dry, I didn't see, like I said, I was kind of doing stuff while I'm watching it. So I didn't really look that closely. But if his lips were chapped and dry and shit, that means that he probably was dehydrated. You said Bud will be fine at 60. I think so. You said Better Beef is the new Triple G. Yeah, I could damn near agree. The way him as a puncher. You said voice cracking. You said lips always dry. Yeah. You said Canelo coming in light to match Crawford's speed. That would be the ideal approach. To try to aim for speed this fight, because Crawford, Canelo's used to fighting the bigger guys and slower guys for a while now. So this would be the first time in a while that Canelo's fighting somebody smaller and probably, quicker and skilled. You said GGG overrated? You said Bud sounds more confident than Canelo? Yeah, he does. Crawford seems to be very confident. Bud knows he got to put up that performance. Crawford is a fighter like Floyd, a fighter you can count on to get the job done. Floyd Mayweather was the last fighter that you knew for sure he was going to get the job done. You knew for sure he was going to show up in shape. You knew for sure he was going to be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? You said Canelo's going to gas? Canelo seems to fade like around the sixth, seventh round. Yeah, winner absolutely gets full credit. Absolutely. Canelo gets full credit if he gets the job done. And Crawford gets the full credit if he gets the job done. Despite the narratives and all the other stuff, um, both guys get full credit and respect if they get the job done. Because this is a tough fight on paper for both guys. You said Floyd is for sure, but not Bud. Bud is for sure. But actually, Bud is damn near more sure than Floyd. Because Floyd never had no close call. I mean, Bud never had no close calls. I'm not saying Bud is better than Floyd, because that's something we'll have to debate after the Saturday night. But Crawford ain't had no close calls, bro. No close calls. What fight? Name a fighter that's been around this long they didn't have no close calls. Come on, man. Even the great Muhammad Ali had some close calls and some controversy. Was it Kenny Norton? Yeah, like we've seen great fighters over the past have close calls or controversial decisions or lose fights. But Bud Crawford, man, we ain't even seen that shit, bro. So I'll be surprised if we do Saturday. I'll be surprised. No split decisions, no nothing, bro. Salute to Obsidian Lion Code Keeper for the super chat. He says, Dojo dues are due. Bud is crushing Canelo. I go with the man with 6 ways to win. Sensei, you see that smile? Crawford coming. No, Bud coming. That's right. Bud the Butcher is coming, bro. He coming. You know what I'm saying? He got 6 ways to win. Canelo only has one, and it has to be perfect. Canelo has to be perfect. Roy Jones knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? I agree 100% with what Roy Jones said. Canelo has one way to win, and he has to be perfect. Crawford has 6 ways to win. You know what I'm saying? Even though Canelo is the cash cow and the political monster, he has one way to really win, and it has to be perfect. He can't afford to make too many mistakes against a versatile, dynamic IQ fighter like Crawford, one that can punch too. He just can't afford to be making mistakes throughout the fight. Because once he starts making mistakes, then he's gonna start getting frustrated. Then he's gonna start overextending himself and overreaching and stuff like that, and throwing um, wild looping shots and missing and making mistakes. He don't want to get into nothing like that with Crawford, bro. Because doing it against Floyd is one thing. Because Floyd has just pot shot you all night. You know what I'm saying? Give you a smooth, clean boxing lesson. You know what I'm saying? And you may go home befuddled. But with Crawford, man, I don't know, man. He's coming to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? He's coming to hurt you. And Canelo can't be playing games with him. He can't be sitting there trying to play Crawford's game. We've seen what he did to Avaresian. Now, say what you want about Avaresian, but dude had a little bit more momentum going to the Bud fight. And the way Crawford knocked him out was just spectacular. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just spectacular. And he lulled Avaresian in, you know what I'm saying, to set up that knockout. And Crawford fought a totally different fight than he fought any other fight. That fight. Like, it was crazy. Like, this dude just comes in there and just fights differently every fight. So you don't know what this dude's gonna do. You don't know what he's gonna do. He's a nightmare matchup. He's a nightmare matchup. You said Canelo's sparring partner said Boots had no answer for Canelo pressure. Uh, I'm not sure. I don't know about that one, bro. That ain't what I heard. That ain't what I heard. You said Canelo's gonna get out hustled. He might, bro. And Canelo probably got to cut a little extra weight, man. You got to think he's a little older now. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo's probably a little agitated. You know what I'm saying? He probably hungry, thirsty. Crawford looking like he was just like chilling. They're already on weight. They ain't got to do too much. He ain't sick this fight week like he was against Spence. Like Crawford was sick fight week when he was fighting Spence. And he still showed up on fight night in a big way. This is gonna be good, you guys. You said No Miles Part Two? Yeah, Canelo respected Floyd's punch power. A lot of people respected Floyd's power, bro. They said Floyd couldn't punch, but nobody just sat there and walked this dude down. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. Nobody just sat there and walked Floyd Mayweather down. Why? Because he has that sharp power, that sharp stinging shit. That shit hurts and it's sharp and it's fast and you don't damn near don't see it. And it probably sting your brain. You know what I'm saying? So nah, nobody walked Floyd down either. Floyd's a real sharp puncher. And Canelo, when he tried to walk him down and trap him, it was just Floyd footwork and IQ was just too good. Yeah, Mayweather got an excellent jab too. Excellent. Excellent jab. You said Canelo looks small? Yeah, see, yeah, he's real slim and trim right now, so he can make the weight. But he's gonna balloon up on fight night. He's gonna balloon up. This shredded Canelo right now, because he got to get on them scales. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. People say Bud don't got defense. Like Crawford just sit there and get beat up in his fights. You know what I'm saying? Like they say Crawford don't got no defense. I'm like, how did he make it this far with no defense? And we only seen dude with like a swollen eye a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? A couple of times, bro. Like we never see Bud Crawford just all beat up, bloody lips, have to wear shades for a week, cuts all over his face. Nah, we ain't never seen none of that, bro. Kell Brook lumped him up. Um, Mijamov gave him a little work, but other than that, man, I can't recall any other time. If you want to talk about the Gamboa knockout, I'm talking about visible damage. You said according to Bowman, he's a natural 68. You said Bud had the durability to handle 47. He's going to have the durability to handle 68. He's going to have the durability to handle Canelo. Canelo's not going to be landing that clean, though. I don't think he's going to be landing that clean. Tough fight for Canelo, man. Oh, yeah, Bomac knows. Bomac knows what he's talking about, man. Eddie Reynoso got to go against 3 trainers. You know what I'm saying? He got to go up against 3 trainers. Mostly what? Mostly Bomac, but he got Saul and Red. You know what I'm saying? He got like 3 different coaches. Oh, you said anyway, MJ pressure on right now? Okay. Damn, I forgot about that fight. Damn, we got a busy weekend, y'all. Because we got to talk about that fight as well. Whenever it happens, you know what I'm saying? It might be some weird time in Japan, but we go definitely cover the Inoue MJ fight as well. But I don't know if I think that fight should have waited to next week. I mean, I'm all in for a great weekend of boxing, but that fight should have waited, bro. That fight should have waited to at least like 2 weeks after this one. Because this fight, people gonna be talking about this shit. That fight ain't gonna have nobody's gonna be talking about the Inoue fight. People gonna still be talking about the outcome of the Canelo Crawford fight for like 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't even know who's broadcasting it, Chico. I don't even know. I don't even know where to watch that fight. It's Canelo Crawford week. That's a horrible. Who told them that was a good idea to put the Inoue fight right after Canelo Crawford? Because people gonna be still. That fight gonna be. Come on, man. We know how this goes. This is one of the biggest fights in the sport. Why would you put that fight like another significant fight like Inoue? You should have put that fight like 2 or 3 weeks from now. That way, because nobody's gonna be really talking about that as much as Canelo Crawford. They just not. Salute to Obsidian Lion Code Keeper for the super chat. He says, shout out to CJ Goodfellas. I listened to him, Sensei, and he echoed the sentiment that Crawford has an uphill battle. Can you go into Bud's victory? Uh he most guys probably saying that because of the weight difference. Man, look, man. Listen, this is what Team Crawford. Listen, Crawford's gonna be able to handle the weight just fine, man. He's gonna be able to handle Canelo Alvarez just fine. He's gonna be in the ring a lot stronger than people think. And he's gonna be. Come on, man. I'm not worried at all, me personally, because I look at the styles. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm looking fight week. Crawford looks healthy, looks in shape. Um, I'm not really worried. I was a little more nervous for the Spence fight than I am for this one. Maybe because all the build up to that fight was like a 4 or 5 year in the making. But stylistically, bro, Crawford is a really, really bad fight for Canelo. You take away the fact that Crawford is a smaller guy, he is a nightmare stylistic matchup. A nightmare. For that style, that's a bad matchup. If Canelo had a really good jab, um, and a faster feet, then yeah, but he don't really. His jab is really kind of just something to set up the right hand to hit you on the shoulder. Nowadays, he don't really throw his jab like he used to, and Canelo just winds up on everything. He looks for the big shot. It's just a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? You say you see Canelo out jabbing Bud. Come on, Chico. You know that ain't happening. You said the skill gap is non-existent. Man, stop it. Stop it. So so by that logic, then I expect it to be a war. Because usually when there's not too much separation, Between two fighters, either A, it could turn to a boring ass chess match, a boring fight, or B, a war. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Canelo has like a little pity pat jab, bro. It's not like Crawford got, man, come on, man. I think the check right hook might be something that Crawford uses quite a bit in this fight. He's really good at that check right hook. Of course, when he employs the southpaw stance, I believe that he's going to be using the check hook on Canelo quite a bit. Canelo is kind of one dimensional these days. He is. Maybe about 4 years ago, he wasn't. You know, back when he was more defensive and he was real slick, like you couldn't hit him with confetti at one point. Yeah, but the Canelo we've been seeing some more recent fights, he kind of reverted back to his traditional approach. Costs too much energy to play defense as well. All that upper body movement, he ain't got the energy for all that no more. Because Canelo was, whew, man, he was nasty work. I used to make highlight videos and he was just nasty with it. But he don't do that stuff no more. Crawford got he got a lot of different jabs, man. Crawford has a very wide punch variety. And me and YSM was having a conversation the other day, and he was saying Crawford's not that sharp. And I'm like, he said Crawford kind of has I forgot the word he used, but he wasn't meaning it disrespectfully. And when I thought about it, I'm like, he said Shakur is a fighter that's extremely sharp. And I'm like, yeah, but when you look at Shakur, he don't throw as many different punches as Crawford does. You know what I'm saying? So the few punches that he do throw, yeah, he's really, really sharp with them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Crawford throws all kinds of different punches, bro. I wouldn't say he's not like sharp or no shit like that, but his punch variety is just ridiculous. He has a crazy, crazy, crazy punch variety. And that could be a problem versus a guy who only really good at throwing hooks or a guy who's only good at popping jabs out or straights. Crawford can do a little bit of everything, even the awkward, odd punches. He could throw those too. Those unorthodox punches, the awkward stuff, the stuff that's really tricky, the little juke punches, stuff like that little short hook that he hit Kell Brook with. Yeah, Bud been boxing since he was 7. He's 37 now. 30 years he's been doing this. Canelo's been boxing since he was what? They've been boxing their whole life, bro. Both of them. Their whole life. Salute to Obsidian Lion Co-keeper for another super chat. He says, I'm back in the dojo getting my black belt. If Skull and Charlo can go 12 rounds, these cats think Bud's going to get stopped. Man, cut it out. That's what I said. Canelo hasn't got a stoppage in years. Like, what, 4 years? And in the last 15 fights, he only got 3 KOs. So I think I would say, I'll be safe to say this far-fetched unless Crawford gets caught with something on some goofiness. It's kind of far-fetched to say that Canelo's going to get the decision. I mean, Canelo's pretty much Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? He's been getting decisions like Mayweather. So I expect the same this Saturday night. I don't expect no KO. I mean, I don't expect the KO or nothing from Canelo. I don't expect it. I ain't saying it's not possible, but he hasn't got a KO in a long time. Boots ain't that sharp either. If that's the case, because Boots is another a wide variety puncher who could throw all kinds of punches from angles and stuff like that. Floyd Mayweather was really, really sharp, but guess what? Floyd Mayweather he didn't throw all kinds of different. He kept it really, really simple. A lot of jabs, a lot of straight right hands. He threw hooks sometimes, but Floyd Mayweather kept it pretty simple, especially Money Mayweather. And when I say they not that sharp, I don't mean that's not that sharp. Like I'm talking about they punches coming out like straight like razors. I mean lasers, lasers. You know what I'm saying? Like all the time. Nah, both Buddhists and Buds punches got some type of arches to them at times, but that could be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? You said Turkey's starting to seem weaselish. Mm, I don't think so. I think he has to show a little bit of um, I don't know. I did hear a part where Canelo said, "We'll see about that," but the part before that, with whatever Turkey said, it kind of blurted out or something. The stream froze a second, but I didn't hear what he said. And Canelo said, "We'll see about that." So I really missed that part. You said Canelo gonna be on the bike, so y'all think Turkey was on some weaselings, huh? I must have missed something. You said Turkey leaked the Canelo knee injury. I thought he debunked the injuries. He said no, Canelo don't have a bad knee, and no Crawford don't. Now I didn't hear nothing about Canelo's knee. Me joking about the Stone Cold knee brace, that's just just me talking shit. I didn't never heard nothing about Canelo's knee injury. Do he really got a knee injury? Do Canelo really got a knee injury? You said I heard toe. Mm, I don't know, you guys. I guess we go see. We got the weigh-ins tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We go see the fighters, the day before the fight day. We go see. I'm gonna pay attention to the weight drain stuff that you guys was talking about. I'm gonna be looking at knees. You know what I'm saying? If dudes walking funny and stuff like that, I'm gonna pay close attention. You said months ago that knee will go out. Canelo got the Stone Cold knee brace on, man. Canelo got too much work ahead of him, man. He got how many fights left? I think like one or two more. I say he should rematch Crawford and ride out. Don't be don't nah. Cause I ain't go bash him or nothing. If he at this point, I'm not gonna bash him if he ends up not fighting Benavidez. I'm not gonna ask that. I'm not gonna ask that of him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. Now, if he didn't fight Bud, then yeah, man, what else you gonna do? Yeah, he's playing soccer and riding horses and dirt bikes. So he probably is. His legs probably is fucked up. I mean, I guess when we say sharp, like when you look at Shakur, you know what I'm saying? Shakur, his shit is like laser sharp. You know what I'm saying? But Shakur don't have a very wide punch variety. He throws a lot of the same punches. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's something we will have to talk about. I'm not saying that like Crawford's some clunky, sloppy fighter. No, not at all. But for him not being like a laser, like a Shakur, he makes up for that by having a crazy, crazy punch variety. It's almost like he got rubber band arms with fucking hammers at the end of them. You said one of the fights on his contract is fighting Benavidez. Shit. I don't know if that's a good fight for Canelo. That's a bad fight for Canelo, really. That's a real bad fight. You think Bud is a bad matchup? Benavidez is a terrible matchup for Canelo. Horrible. That's the worst fight Canelo could take right now. Honestly, Benavidez is big. He's young. He throws a lot of punches. He's a busy guy in there. He's tough. He has the Mexican fighting spirit. That's gonna be tough. That's a tough ass fight for Canelo. It's just tough. That's a tough fight. Tough, tough fight. But yeah, you guys, that's the video. We gonna be back live tomorrow, so be sure to stop in. The final weigh in, the final video before the actual fight. So be sure you guys stop in tomorrow night after the weigh-ins. It's gonna be a great one. Probably gonna do the live stream around the same time as this one, maybe around 8 o'clock tomorrow, Central Standard Time. But yeah, man, salute to everybody in the building. Much love to all you guys for stopping in. Salute to all the fans in the building of both fighters. Salute to everybody that donated to the dojo tonight. Your contribution is greatly appreciated. And yeah, man, don't do nothing stupid. Make sure you guys is here to make it through the fight week. Don't do nothing crazy. Try to remain human. All right. We don't want to lose our humanity in this crazy world we got right now. But yeah, man, much love to all you guys. Thank you guys for stopping in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Catch you guys on the next one. Love you, mom. Peace out.